talking to yourself. You're making dinner and you narrate it. Okay, pasta, good, now the sauce. You walk into a room, forget why you came, and say out loud, what was I doing? As if the room might answer. You have full conversations, real ones, with structure and emotion, and the other participant doesn't exist. This isn't a quirk. It has a name. Psychologists call it inner speech, and it's one of the most functional things your brain does. When you take a thought that's floating loose inside your head and force it into spoken words, you give it shape. You make it real enough to deal with. The voice you're using isn't talking to the room. It's talking to your own nervous system, and your nervous system listens. People who do this more tend to perform better under pressure, make clearer decisions, and regulate emotion more effectively. You weren't being strange, you were problem solving, rehearsing arguments that never happen. Someone says something mildly irritating to you on a Monday. By Wednesday, you've mentally destroyed them in 17 different ways. You know exactly what you'd say. You have comebacks 3 layers deep. You're articulate and calm and completely devastating. None of it will ever happen, and somehow, you still feel better afterward. This is called anticipatory cognition. Your brain runs threat simulations. It always has. It prepares you for conflict before it arrives, not because it thinks the conflict is definitely coming, but because the cost of being unprepared is too high. The humans who rehearsed survived longer. Their descendants kept doing it. You are one of them. The argument was imaginary. The preparation was real. Narrating your own life in third person. You're walking from one room to another. Nothing is happening. And then a voice appears. He moved through the apartment slowly. He wasn't sure what he was looking for. You are narrating yourself in third person like a documentary. No one commissioned about a life that's just yours. A researcher named Ethan Kross at the University of Michigan spent years studying this. What he found was that when people observe themselves from the outside, when they watch their own experience instead of drowning in it, they process emotion faster, recover from difficulty more quickly, and make better decisions under stress. Isn't dissociation that strange habit of watching yourself from a distance? It's your mind creating space between you and the thing you're feeling. Space you can actually think inside. You didn't learn it from anywhere. Your brain found it because it needed it. Laughing at something that happened weeks ago, you're doing nothing, dishes maybe, or staring at the ceiling, and then, completely without warning, you remember something that happened a month ago, and you laugh, actually laugh, out loud, alone in a room where nothing is funny. This is called asynchronous emotional processing. Your brain files experiences before it finishes processing them. The emotion doesn't always arrive with the event. Sometimes it gets held behind more urgent information. You're stressed about that day, whatever needed your attention more. And later, when things are quiet, and there's finally space, the experience surfaces. The laugh is real. It's not late. Your brain just needed the quiet. This is also why certain memories ache years after they stopped hurting. Why you cry at a scene in a film about something you didn't cry about when it happened to you.